Hello, my name is Daniel McKinley, and I am the designer and creator of the new game For-MEEPLE-ble Opponents. And in this video, I want to show you generally how the game works and what is the difference between this and the deluxe version. Now there are two different versions, but I'll go into the details between the two in a moment. This version that I'm holding is the basic version, and I'll show you how this works. And this is considered a customizable meeple combat game. I'll go into that as well here in a moment. So what I have right here is, in the box I have the 18 meeples, 9 white, 9 black meeples, and in the box also includes a bunch of stickers. Each of the stickers has a set of stickers for the backs of the meeples that are numbered 1 through 9, and multiple sets, 16 full sets of stickers for the front. It also includes 9 cards, which are numbered 1 through 9 as well. So how does this game work? In the game For-MEEPLE-ble Opponents, it's a 2-player game that plays in about 5 minutes. It's very easy to understand how to play, and the goal is to have the most points at the end of the game. In this setup, I have them all facing us. However, they would normally be facing each other like this, but for this example, I'm just going to have them set up like so. On a player's turn, let's say white starts first, a player will push forward one of their meeples. This one is numbered 3. They would not tell the opponents that, they're just sending this into combat. And before the other player has to respond, they're going to get a little bit of information. That's where these cards come into play. These cards were shuffled at the beginning of the game, and one will be removed from the game before play. That player will flip over the top card, the number 7, and they have to tell them honestly if the number they chose is higher or lower than 7. Since it was a 3, this player would say lower. Then the player on this side gets to choose which meeple they want to send. Do they want to send a lower number, guaranteeing that it'll be taken away? Or do they want to push their luck? They could play an 8, but if this isn't very valuable, it might not be in their best interest. Let's say a player plays an 8, just to be safe. After each player has played one, they reveal the numbers. And you can see how the player playing the greasers won this. They win the total value of the number shown. So 8 plus 3, they have 11 points. To show this, they move it to their side, face up. These numbers are going to be visible throughout the rest of the game. Now it is this player's turn. Let's say they send their 7 forward. They reveal another number, 2. They would say higher, and then the other player would respond. Let's say they send their 5. Once again, the player playing the greasers won this and has scored another 12 points for the end of the game. If by chance that players play the same number, both of those are discarded from the game and are not used for scoring. There is one exception to having the highest number, and that is a player playing a 1. In most copies now, I have an early copy, but they have an asterisk next to the 1. A 1 will beat the number 9 if they are both sent into combat. A 1, however, will lose to everything else. So that's something to keep in mind and adds a little bit of strategy. If I were to flip over a number 8 and I tell you it's higher, well, then it might be a good interest for me to send in my 1 to take the 9. And finally, if the player has the same number as what's shown, they can choose to say either higher or lower, because their number matches the card shown. So in this example, if I push forward this dude and we flip over a 2, I might say lower to try and convince them that it might be my 1 and to not send their 9. So there's a bit of strategy. This plays over 9 full rounds, very quick. And the very last meeple from each side is just shown, and the players count up all of the numbers on their side. The player with the highest number wins. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there are 16 factions in this, and I'm going to show you the difference between the base and the deluxe version. The deluxe version comes in obviously a much bigger box. This is a tuck box, and this is a good two-part box. Both of them function the same. However, the difference between this only has 18 meeples, 9 of each of the two colors, but it includes stickers for all 16 factions, which I'll show you here in a moment. In the deluxe version, you will be having 144 meeples, so you can sticker each one of the sets. Functionally, they work the exact same as the base set. However, this will let players pick and choose which ones they want. So here's some of the factions that we have. We have Supreme Court Justices. We have the Geeks and Greasers, like you saw earlier. I'll show those right now. There's the Geeks. Or, I'm sorry, the Greasers. The Geeks. We have beauty pageant contestants. If it'll zoom, there we go. We have surgeons. We have gingerbread men. We have hippies. Nudists. Playing cards. Rappers. Lumberjacks. Babies. Lifeguards. Mimes. Garden gnomes. And finally, Romans. So as you can see, the difference is pretty simple. You can choose to have all of your meeples have stickers, or if you just want to play the simple two-player game, you can buy this set and you can play it with the two and choose any of those 16 factions that you like the best. Finally, this is available on the Game Crafter. So if you search the Game Crafter for either Daniel McKinley games or For-MEEPLE-ble Opponents, you will come across this game, and please pick up your copy soon. It's a fantastic game and I think you'll enjoy it. Thanks for watching.